Hi, everybody,
Hi.
and welcome to the Goin Batty channel.
Yes.
I'm Kevin,
And I'm Heather.
and we're going live, which we have not done in a very long time.
Many moons.
Many moons have we not gone live.
Yep.
While I'm doing this, I'm going to try to get our video going so I can monitor everything. We're very glad to see you guys. We're sorry. We owe our fans and our friends a very big apology because we have not gone live in a very long time.
We haven't put a video out in a very long time either.
We have not, but we have a good reason for that.
We do have a good reason.
And tonight we're going to go into...
Hi, Tina.
Hi, Tina. How are you? We're going to go into some of the reasons as to why we haven't been on for a while.
Yes.
So,
But
hopefully...
you have to wait because...
Oh, yeah. We got to wait till everybody
yeah.
comes on, and we'll give you a little bit of exciting news in just a minute.
Just a minute.
But, you know, one of the things that... our title, we got to explain our title. We are officially 2,700 pounds lighter.
Not us.
Well,
Because
true.
if you look at us, we don't look any lighter
No.
than the last time you saw us.
We have been doing a massive clean out. Spring cleaning hit a little
Richard.
bit late for us. And we've been doing a massive clean out. We've made over 6 trips to the dump. And we have taken over 27 pounds of stuff.
So here's the thing.
And donated.
Yeah. We're not necessarily pack rats. I mean, we're not people like you can. Well,
I've been guilty of it from time to time.
He is a little more than I am.
Hi, Amy.
He fusses at me because I throw.
Hi,
away,
Richard.
I throw away things that he needs. He's
Yeah.
like, "Where's my whatever?" I'm like, "I don't know. I didn't use it in like 2 months." He's like, "I needed that." So I throw stuff away all the time, and he fusses at me for it. But
not anymore.
Yes.
I've turned over a new leaf, and we are not keeping junk around anymore. We are lightening our load, and we let go of 2,700 pounds plus donated a bunch of stuff to Goodwill,
because it's the closest to us.
and Habitat for Humanity, the Restore.
Yes.
If you've not experienced Habitat for Humanity's Restore, wow, that thing is cool. You can go there and buy some gently used items, and what in the world? I mean, you will get some amazing stuff. We're going to give them a bunch more, too.
Yeah. Hey, Max, can you do me a favor? Can you get the bowl of stuff that I picked out of the garden?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot. I've been there.
So, your garden is going
I am
nuts
having
right
problems.
now.
I don't know if anybody on the live stream, but I'm having problems with it, like, thinking.
Oh, then kick it off Wi-Fi and just go through your signal.
All right.
Sometimes our phone and our Wi-Fi, we might have too many people on Wi-Fi.
Okay, I'll do that.
So what we're doing is, if it's thinking, we apologize.
Yeah.
But Heather started a garden this year, and she did it all in the basement under grow lights. And let me tell you, it has been going gangbusters.
It has been doing super good.
So all of them made it outside.
Yes.
And, I mean,
and anything that was in our compost pile before we took it down sprouted. And
Yes.
I have got about 800 bazillion tomato plants
You
right
do.
now.
It's
they
crazy.
I mean, there's this whole giant corner that's probably, I don't know, 5 foot by 5 foot that is nothing. It's completely covered with tomato plants because they were just, the seeds and stuff from the tomatoes that I had last year, and by
They all came back.
they sprouted.
They sprouted.
I'm having huge success with tomatoes this year, so.
But let me see if I can get the list of everything that she's growing. Now, starting with the front yard, we've got Herb City. I mean, there are herbs everywhere. We've got sage, thyme, basil, parsley, cilantro.
Sage. He said that.
What else am I missing?
Rosemary.
Rosemary. Katie's yelling from the other room. Rosemary. Dill.
Margaret.
And my horseradish came back. So if you guys have been watching the channel at all, you know that the horseradish was given to me by friends of the channel, and it has been growing like crazy. Obviously, I did not get all the root last year.
No, you did
I did
not.
not. That plant is huge, and it looks beautiful, and we couldn't be more excited.
Yeah.
So we also have planted in the backyard. We've got carrots. onions, green beans, cucumbers. Let me do it. Peppers. Squash, tomatoes, a bunch of different kinds of tomatoes that I'll never know any difference on. We have dill back there as well.
Yeah.
We have squash. I said squash.
Yeah.
We have comfrey back there. We
wheat.
have wheat. We
wheat.
planted wheat just for fun,
Just
to
for
see if
poops
we
and
could
giggles.
do it. And you have mint back there, and you have lemon balm.
Yep, and cabbage.
And Oh, I forgot the cabbage.
And potatoes.
And potatoes. That was what I was going to end on.
Yes.
I must have missed it. But let me tell you, the potatoes are. Hi, Margaret. The potatoes are going to be good. We got new potatoes right now, and eventually they'll grow into big potatoes.
They're about. I kind of dug around in them a little bit, and they're about that big right now. So, hi, Anita.
Good to see you guys.
So
we're here, and we've got a big show for you tonight.
Can I show them all my stuff?
We've got to show you what our garden has produced.
Okay, so far now.
So far, let's start here.
Okay, we're gonna start here, and this is my first picking of green beans. It's not a lot, but I'm probably gonna go out tomorrow and get more because there were some that weren't quite ready yet. So this is green beans that we've gotten so far, and then these aren't quite ready yet either, but I did pull one.
This is a good size, though.
But I got carrots, and these aren't going to get much longer because of the kind that they are. They're only going to be about, because if I remember, they're only about like 4 inches long.
That's right.
But yeah, so that's my carrot.
That's a beautiful carrot too, by the way. It smells delicious.
It's when you eat it, you actually can smell it when you eat it. Like you can understand now why they use it as an aromatic, and it's not like the ones that you get in the grocery store that sat there for a while and they don't. They kind of taste carroty, but these taste really carroty.
Yeah,
so.
I mean these have an incredible flavor, and you can tell it's still got a little ways to grow right there.
Yeah, well, I took the little root part off. That's the little root that goes on the end right
and
there.
it could have grown more too. So that's beautiful. That's like Bugs Bunny. What's up, Doc?
Yep.
Anyway, okay.
And then, these aren't quite ready yet either. But I pulled one anyway just to show you. Like these are my onions, and like this is how long my onion plant is. So all of them are about this long. So
that's a beautiful onion.
I'm gonna let them go until the greens die down, and that way, because these are ones that I can store.
Yep.
So they'll get a little bigger than this. So yeah.
So there.
That's what we got going in the garden.
So one of the reasons why we wanted to go live tonight was to share with you guys, as always, share with you our story and all the things that have been going on. One of the things that has kept us from doing a live show has been the fact that I have gone back to school.
Yep.
I am in the middle of my first class, and I'm getting my master's degree in ministry. And that has taken up a ton of our time. But the thing that's really taken up our time is that a church has invited us to go there and invited me to be their senior pastor. And I have accepted. And so this has been in the works for a few months. We've had a lovely visit with them. They are amazing people, and we're very excited about the whole thing. The big news, though, is that we will be leaving our hometown of Dayton, which you guys know we're from, and we will be relocating to Wyoming.
Which is a 23-hour drive. So that's why we had to lose 2,700 pounds.
That's right.
Because we can't take it with us. Krista!
Hey, Krista!
Evil twin!
So we are moving to Wyoming in a little while. We don't want to give you all the details because it's the internet and there's a ton of creepers out there, and you know who you are. So we're gonna keep it at that. But we will document it on videos and show you after.
Yeah, because it's be too hard to do during.
Yeah, and we just were so excited to be invited. This is a great group of people, and we are overjoyed that God would call me into this position. And the family is excited overall. The kids are excited overall, although there are ups and downs with saying goodbye to friends.
Yeah, saying goodbye to friends and stuff like that.
But there's a whole group of new friends waiting for us, and it's just going to be off the hook.
Well, it's been incredible because we went out there. So I've had people contact me because I've been in an online Bible study group, and they knew that we went on a trip, but I didn't give them details of where we went and why we went. And they've been asking, how did the trip go? Well, this is how the trip went.
Yeah.
And I met with a group of ladies and that were from the church, really kind, really sweet. And it was really kind of neat because when I came home, one of the young ladies that I met that is about my daughter's age actually reached out and contacted both of my oldest children. And just to say, hey, I'm excited for you to come. It's going to be great to meet you. And I don't think they know just how much that meant to me. We've never had that happen before where somebody from a church that we're going to has actually on their own reached out and contacted my kids just to say, hey, welcome. We're excited for you to come.
Yeah.
And so that was I really, really appreciated that. And I'm very thankful for that. So.
Well, and there's all kinds of positive reactions. And so we are relocating to Wyoming. And Wyoming, there's some fun facts that you may want to know.
Yes, Richard, we were warned about that. Watch out for the antelope.
Watch out for the
because
antelope.
They're not very smart and they like to race your car.
Yes, they do. And they're very darty.
Yes.
But we experienced some wildlife while we were there. How can you not?
Bernice, we're relocating to Wyoming.
Yes.
That's where we're going.
Yes.
So
we looked up some fun facts, or we learned some fun facts about Wyoming as we were kind of doing our research, doing our homework, and we wanted to make sure that you guys knew a little bit about what we know and are going to be learning. Now, for those of you that watch that are in Wyoming, this will be rather humorous because you probably already know all this stuff. But we're learning it for the first time. We're going on an adventure. This is going to be a journey of faith. And we're just excited. So here's a couple of things that we learned. One is their main resources are coal, trona, and oil. And if you haven't heard of trona, you're not alone. But trona is used in the manufacturing of a lot of different things like detergents, even automotive glass. So there is a lot of things that trona is used for. It has a massive coal deposit. It supplies something like 30% of the world's coal, or at least the U.S.'s coal. And there's oil fields. And of course, Wyoming is famed for Cheyenne, its capital. It also has the Grand Teton Mountains. It has Yellowstone National Park. And if you guys are familiar at all with the movie Wind River, which I wouldn't necessarily promote. I'm just saying that reservation is near in Wyoming as well. Yeah. Just Hollyweird had a little thing going on there. The other thing is they have antelope, they have deer, they have bison, they have moose. Hold on, don't give it away. They have moose, they have antelope, but they also have
the horny toad.
The horny toad.
I had never seen one. I think the only time I had ever heard of horny toads is Froghorn Leghorn says great horny toads.
Great horny toads.
I didn't know they were real.
We got to see one.
And this sweet little girl caught one, and they look like a toad. They're actually, I think, a lizard.
Yep.
They have a tail, but they have the body of a toad, and they have armor. They're spiky. They look like a little miniature dinosaur.
They do. It's incredible. The other animal that's there that I did not know, this was a surprise to me. They have wild horses. Herds of wild horses.
Yes.
And if you catch one, you can just keep it. I don't know. That's the rumor. I don't know if that's true or not.
Don't quote him on that.
Yeah, don't quote me on that. There's probably people in Wyoming kind of rolling their eyes going,
no,
Kevin, that's not true at all.
No.
But one thing that is true, one thing that is true is in the town we're going to live in, guess what we get to do again? We get to keep chickens if we want.
Not right away. We gotta get
Not right
moving.
away. We got to move first. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how exciting.
Yeah.
Their grow window is significantly smaller than Ohio's, though.
Yeah, we've been told anywhere
Ohio's
between
grow window is...
like 100 and like maybe 28 days.
And what's a grow window?
I've read anywhere from 60 to 90 days. So
What's a grow window, though?
that means like from the first frost to the last frost, like when you can actually put plants outside and the frost won't get them. When we were there in June, they actually had snow.
Yeah.
It didn't stick, but they had
it
snow.
was small.
Yeah.
It was small, and it is a high plain desert, and that
Yes.
means it's at 6,100 or 6,700 or something like that feet high, and it's just a beautiful. It's the most beautiful scenery I think I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
And
it's Yosemite Sam that says Great Horny
Yosemite
Toads.
Sam.
It's
That's
not
right.
Foghorn
You're right.
Leghorn,
Thank you,
so
Richard.
Thank you.
You're absolutely right. We have a place that we're working on, and Heather, you're going to have to adjust
Yes.
your canning pressure.
Yes, and that was because
And your
right
bread,
here
too.
we're at like what 600 to 700 feet above sea level, and
That's
they're
right.
what like
6,700 feet. So.
700 feet above
Yeah, that's
sea
going to be a
level.
little different.
So I might be burning things for a while. So,
Well, the bread, you gotta figure out that too, right?
yeah.
Hi, Michelle. But yeah, so we are. If you're just joining us, the big news is we are moving to Wyoming.
Can I give you some fun facts about it?
By all means.
Wyoming
please.
was the first state that allowed women to vote.
Oh, okay.
Yep, like back in like 18. What is it? Hold on, I had it here because I was looking up stuff.
It is very windy where we're going to move as well. Matter of
Yeah.
fact, wind is. It's not. There's no tornadoes out there, and there's no real bad. But there's snow and cold weather.
Yeah.
So you gotta
Oh, J.C. Penney's was started in Wyoming.
be. J.C. Penney's was
Yep.
started in Wyoming.
Yep.
Yep.
And the name Dude Ranch came from Wyoming.
That's right.
Yep.
Very good. Very good. Any others?
Let me see. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh. So Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. The Sundance Kid, he picked his name from Sundance, Wyoming.
That's right.
So
That's right.
there you go.
There
So,
you go.
Who knew?
So, it'll totally change the baking. The altitude changes everything, I think.
Yeah.
So what we wanted to do is we wanted to come on and kind of give you an apology for our absence and explanation for why we were gone, and that is why we are on. So love and life. I live in Wyoming. It snowed in our mountains last night. J.C. Penney started in Kemmer. We live. I'm pronouncing that wrong. Obviously, we live 30 miles from there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So what from what we're understanding is that
Cody, Wyoming, is named after Buffalo
yes,
Bill
that
Cody.
was the other one, Buffalo Bill Cody. Yep.
Nice, awesome, very cool.
So
So love and life. Forgive us if we're messing up all of our fun facts, but hopefully you can set us straight on anything that we messed up. But we're so excited to be making this transition. I mean, it is something that we have been prepping for and are going to continue to prep for. We're going to do a lot behind the scenes that we won't be sharing, but
the homeschool laws are really similar to what we have here. They're actually a little more lenient there than they are here, but they're from what I understand, they're pretty similar to it. So I mean, I'm not going to be having to like relearn things.
We still have to do some research.
Do a little research, and we have time to do that.
Get settled.
Yeah.
Yep. And the time of year we're moving is the time of year that we're moving is going to be perfect because we can get used to the weather, we can get ready for the winter, we can get used to our surroundings, I can get used to my new job. We can kind of set some things in motion so that we're focusing on the right things.
Yeah.
I tell you, I could sense that maybe once we get there, there's going to be a whole new string of videos from Heather about, hey, here's what I learned about baking in a higher altitude. And so we're not planning on shutting anything down. If you guys don't know, we have a Facebook page called Goin Batty. We have a website called Goin Batty where Heather puts all of her recipes, and we share little blogs from time to time.
I just haven't put anything on there lately, just because we are.
Hey, love and life. We are not going to reveal that out here on the internet as to where we're going to move in Wyoming. We can give you the general area of Wyoming at this time because we want to keep that kind of to ourselves right now.
Just for safety purposes for our kids and stuff like that.
From what I understand, homeschool laws are very lenient. Thank you, Margaret. That's great to know.
Yeah.
But we want to keep being safe on the internet, so we're not going to give out too many specific details like when we're moving or where we're moving to and where we're moving from, because we don't want to get kidnapped and robbed. That's just the thing.
Well, I guess we can give we tell them we're in, was it southeast Ohio or whatever.
Yeah, we can say
on
we
the
are
west
moving
side
to
of
Wyoming.
Wyoming, the west side of it. So.
The west side.
Yeah.
No, not sorry, that was wrong. And that's about as far as we want to go right now, just because we want to honor the church that's hiring me.
Yeah.
We want to honor the amazing people that are out there, and they are very cool.
Yeah.
And we want to honor the process that God's put us in.
Hey, my hair is in my ear. It's tickling my ear. I hate that. Because then it feels like you have a bug in your ear.
And that's just annoying,
That's
right?
annoying.
That's just annoying.
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of the big news that we...
I got it.
You got it?
Yep.
Okay. Those are some of the big news so Andrea Mills homeschools her children. She has a channel on YouTube, and I think I've heard of her. I'm not sure. Have you heard of her?
I think I'm subscribed to her.
Oh, awesome.
So.
Very cool. Thank you, Margaret. So, that's our big news. That's what we've been up to.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! And we're not going to stay on very long, except to say if you guys have any general questions that we can answer about gardening or about homesteading or chickening or any of that, we've been very blessed. I mean,
Thank you, Love and Life. She said that she lives in Southwest, the area of Wyoming. Baking is easy, but it's all I know. I understand the privacy issue. So, thank you for being understanding for that. Like I said, just like we want to protect the privacy of the people at the church and, our kids and everything. So I just thank you for being understanding about that. So,
Well, if you haven't checked out any of our videos on YouTube, now's a great time to go back and watch some of the reruns because we have some pretty funny stuff there where we made Ducky Joes and planted more gardens.
So
and all kinds of stuff.
Here's my sadness. My sadness is that we're gonna have to put our house up for sale, and my tomatoes and my cucumbers won't be ready.
Nope.
So all that work we're selling
not
going
too.
With me.
We're gonna.
I am gonna pull these. I'm gonna pull these, even if they're not super huge, and I'm gonna do the potatoes because the potatoes will be
because these are ready to eat, man.
Yeah.
Even
and
this,
I
it's
might
ready
even
to
show
eat.
a video of that of us doing that, just kind of harvesting that kind of stuff. We'll probably get maybe the first couple things of green beans.
That's right.
But will we be visiting? Probably not.
No, unfortunately, we're going the opposite direction.
Yeah, because they're kind of up here and we're going this way.
Yeah. It's one of the square states.
Yeah.
So if you look at something square, that's Wyoming.
Yeah, we're there. So, but I am going to see if maybe I can dig up my sage, and we're going to cut down the leaves on the horseradish, dig it up, because you can just plant the roots there. And like right now, my oregano has gone gangbusters.
That is sad that you have to sell all of your. We're going to have to sell all of your hard work.
Like, I don't feel bad about the ones that don't come back every year, but the other ones I'm like, man.
Chickening is great. Gardening is difficult. Lots of wind, short summers. I live a couple hours from fabulous Utah fruit stands. So I just drive down and buy all the yumminess. Oh wow! So gardening might be hard
Well, and that's why, like, I've got the grow lights, and we
Mhm.
have an area in the house, like in the basement, that I can use those and kind of
Yeah.
get things started to see where we are. And let's see, what did you say?
I heard the Uline has good boxes to buy to transport your canned foods.
Oh.
Yes, we have seen those. Those are pretty awesome. They
Well,
have little
and-
slots.
And the thing is that we've gotten rid of most of the stuff that I've canned. We've already
pared
eaten
down a
through
lot,
it.
yeah.
So because when we kind of
Yeah.
figured this was coming,
Yeah, we had to make some decisions about things that we were going to give away. We're going out light.
Yeah.
We're not moving across the country, and we're moving across the country.
pretty much.
We're not doing that with a bunch of stuff. We are really letting go of our material possessions. There have been things that we have had to get rid of for this move that has been hard for all of us. The kids have done an amazing, and I just got to brag on my kids for a second, because they've really done an amazing job of looking at the things that they have and saying, I don't need this, and keeping the things that are important to them. And so there's a kid behind the scene that can't wait.
He's
like, I'm going to eat the carrot. It's a little green inside because it's still
alright.
young.
Yeah,
it's not quite there yet.
You can still eat it, Max. It's not gonna hurt you.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And they've done a really good job of
He looks
paring
like he's
down.
smoking a cigar the
Yeah.
way he has it in his mouth.
No, it's orange. It's an orange cigar. And so we've done the same thing. We've pared down a lot of things. Greenhouses are great to grow wonderful produce. It also depends on where you are moving to. People do have gardens, but it's not easy.
Yeah. We talked
that's
to a
good to
person
know.
at the church.
That's good to know.
that
Thank
he,
you.
He grows some stuff, and he was talking about, like, he really does. He has to start it inside, make sure that, everything's, and from what I understand, there was a couple people, like, they put all their plants in front of their window and stuff like that.
Yep.
So people are doing it. So I'm going to have to glean information from people there.
Yep.
And we'll just see. We'll see how it, see.
Yeah.
It might take a couple of years to figure out what works and what doesn't.
Let me give you a little bit more of our plan. With try to keep it as general as I can. We're not moving company is not being hired. We are moving ourselves, and the kids are we're trimming them back and saying you can have 2 containers, 2 boxes to pack your stuff in. And we're limiting it to that. So it's clothes and toys, and that's it. And they've done a great job of trimming it all back. Matter of fact, they've done a better job than I have of trimming it all back. I mean, with all my
and I
books
have
and everything
2 boxes
that I have.
too. So,
Well,
and I might not even use that. I have like one of those plastic foot lockers.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna be able to get everything, because I'm not one that has like tons and tons of clothes. I do that kind of capsule wardrobe
Yeah.
idea where you have certain pieces and then you just kind of mix and match and put them together and stuff like that.
Have you done a video about that yet?
I have not, just because I have not had the time.
Yeah. Look for that to come after we move. It'll be after we move.
And that one's hard because it's like, okay, so here's a little bit of like my craziness. When I go to buy clothes, he always fusses at me because I never try anything on. I guess at my size, because I hate trying on clothes. I hate it. I hate shopping. And that's why I do the capsule wardrobe, so I don't have to go shopping. I have these pieces, and this is how they go together.
But everybody on the channel would attest that you are always beautiful, my love. You always
I don't
look
know.
amazing.
I'm kind of a hot mess today.
Well, today's different. We've been doing a lot of
and here's
stuff.
the other thing. I know this is totally
Katie
like
says hi, by the way.
superficial,
Yes.
but they have super low humidity out there.
Oh, yeah.
I had fabulous hair days while I was out there. It was awesome. I had no frizz. It was great.
I, on the other
I've
hand,
got
am still
frizz
losing
right
mine.
now. So
It did not help my frizz at all. Except my goatee was a little bit more lush. Anyway, so we're slimming back. We're getting rid of our couches, our 2 refrigerators, a freezer.
not the brand new one that we got.
No,
that
not
one,
the brand
that
new
one
one.
is
That one
that's
stays.
the one thing that I'm like, because there are 3 things that we're definitely taking with us: the refrigerator, because it's big enough for our family; the washer and the dryer, because
Yes.
I have a high capacity washer and dryer, and so those are. Anything else, like everything else is up to get rid of. So
Marty
Yeah.
Winter says, a hot mess. What more could you want? Those things that Heather listed, there are some other things that we kind of have put aside and said if they don't fit, they don't go.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of shelving units, there's a couple things, but coming up soon, Habitat
this
for
was the other
Humanity's.
thing.
The pie safe.
The pie safe.
And the chicken.
The
rooster.
chicken goes too.
That doesn't go.
Yeah.
That goes with us. That
Yeah.
never gets behind.
Yeah.
The cool part of all of this is that it's really made us take stock of what's important. We'll get out there. I think there's a Walmart out there. We'll be able to replenish our ranks, but we're not gonna. We're not gonna
dry
take.
weather lotion is your best friend.
Oh, I bet.
Thank you for letting us know that. Now
We noticed.
I have a tendency to have oily skin anyway, and I did notice though out there that I wasn't nearly, especially my face will get really oily.
Yeah.
I wasn't nearly that much, but I had somebody else tell me that too. So I'm actually looking into recipes on like making my own like lotion bars, because my mom gave me one time and I loved it. It was so good for my skin. And
Everybody said out there. Everybody said stay hydrated. Everybody.
Oh my gosh, everyone carries a water bottle. And that when we were there, I told Kevin, and we came back to the motel one night, and I'm like, I am super thirsty. I'm never this thirsty, and I drink as much water as I normally do. And everyone out there was carrying a water bottle with them. So we're like, okay, well, we need to stay hydrated.
I think someone just called me Eric.
Eric.
I think Margaret just called me Eric. I'll answer to anything. It's okay. Trade the baseball cap for a cowboy hat. It's funny. When we were out there, everybody was wearing these, though.
Mm-hmm.
There weren't a whole lot of people out there wearing cowboy hats.
Though there was a rodeo when we were there.
There was. And you know what else I just think is so fascinating? Did you know that there are still nomadic shepherds in the United States?
They had
It's incredible.
It was really kind of cool because they had the gentleman that drove us to the airport, the two guys that drove us to the airport and back. They were pointing these out to us, and they had these little wagons that they almost look like what you would think a gypsy wagon would look like.
It's incredible.
And they just kind of, they have like a home base, but they use these.
They rent
wagons.
land, or they use Bureau of Land Management.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of different stuff. It's so cool that we learned that. I'm still fascinated by that. But I lost my train of thought. It just went right out of my head. It just crashed and burned.
Yeah.
But everybody there had a cup in their hand, always.
Yeah.
Like water.
Yeah, they were always
iced tea, something. So it was always one of those things where you got to stay hydrated. So I
noticed
believe that.
too that everyone dressed in layers.
Yes.
Like it was, because it could be like 40 degrees in the morning and even 30 at one point.
Yeah.
And then by the afternoon it was like 78.
Yeah.
And then it dropped again,
Yeah.
like more. So it seems like the temperature is more, I don't know, like
it is not. It's not necessarily cold during the summer. It is.
They
Even
do get to
now,
90 sometimes, but not
or
very
90.
often.
But baseball hats are great. Find one with Wyoming logo. Steamboat the horse.
Who is the horse that is on their license plate?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
You are talking about the sheep herders. Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Sorry, Kevin. I guess I had out of Goshen on my mind. Hey, we love out of Goshen,
okay.
so that
Yeah,
works. I've been
that's
called.
all right.
I've been called much worse, so I'm okay with that. We are we're very proud. I don't know what. Let's see. You're talking about. Yes, we're talking about the sheep herders.
Sheep herders.
That's
So not
just too
nomadic
funny.
shepherds, I guess. They're called sheep herders.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, but they live in that little wagon, and it's so cute, and you just don't think that America has those anymore.
Yeah.
It's a reality check for us to keep in mind how huge and beautiful this country truly is.
Because it's way different than where we live. It's a
than anywhere we've ever lived.
Well, with the like it being in the, what'd you say? It's a
high desert plain.
Like there's a lot of those rock. It reminds me, and I was talking to the kids about this. If you've ever seen the movie Cars,
yes,
Monument Valley, where they go driving through. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of open space, like not
miles. You can see for miles.
Not a whole lot of trees. Like trees are more down by like rivers and stuff like that, and reservoirs and everything. But it was funny because we had a couple of people who were like, "Yeah, we've been in Virginia and Tennessee, and we actually felt claustrophobic with all of the trees covering over top of us."
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, we've lived in Maryland, and we've lived in urban environment. We've lived out in the country, and this is going to be a whole new experience. And I would. This is not what we would consider country. When we can think country, we think cornfield, soybeans. Kind of the mid part of Ohio where it's a little flatter and there's a lot of farms. This is just, the only way I can describe it is this is west. It's very west looking, which is fine. I mean, it's beautiful. It really is. And we have a lot to learn. I mean, our motto on this channel is life as we go and all that we learn.
Yes.
And we're never going to stop being learners. That's part of who we are. And as we move to Wyoming, we are going to learn what it means to live there, and we're going to become a part of it. This is not we're actually doing something different this time than when we moved to Maryland. When we moved to Maryland, we left a house here and we turned it into a rental.
We left two houses here.
We left two houses here and turned them into rentals. This time we're actually going to sell our house. So if you know anybody that wants to buy a house, let me know. But we're really going to go both feet in. And try to do this as well as we can, and give 110% to the church that I'm going to be serving there, and make that our church home. And I feel like it's a big deal, and it's not something we can take lightly.
Nope.
So we are committed to it and going to have a lot of fun with it. But we're going to need your help. So we're going to come to you from time to time on live chats just like this one, where we will ask for your help in all the things that we're learning, where we need to solve problems.
Oh, I thought you were like, we're going to need your help moving us. I'm like, these people live all over the place, honey.
No, they're gonna help us figure out, how do you keep the chickens warm in that kind of temperature? A heat lamp, obviously. But
I might be like, contacting Love and Life and going, okay, so my baking turned out bad. What happened?
Yeah. And that's the fun of our channel, is that we don't pretend to know everything. We just have been supported by an amazing community of people. So let's see. Love and Life says, summers are heavenly. You will love Wyoming summers. Winters are long, cold, and windy. I used to live in Maine and PA. We say you're moving to God's country. They're great people here.
That was the one thing that I mean.
I-80 gets closed because of snow. Richard, I get the feeling you live somewhere out there too.
We had people say it because we did travel on I-80 for a while.
Jeffrey says stock up on Esther Price. You're not kidding. But you know what? Esther Price delivers now. You can get that through I think you can get that through Amazon, but if not, you can get them.
You can have Grater's ice cream shipped to you. They'll put it in and what was it, that dry ice,
that's
and
right.
ship it to you. So.
I moved from Ontario, Canada to Texas when I was 19.
That's it.
Now there's a change for you. Wow. You're not kidding. From cold to hot all the time.
Oh yeah. I mean,
we have family in Texas.
In Texas, and we went to go visit them,
Oh,
and you turn on the cold tap water.
Yeah.
And this was in July, and it would come out like your coffee at the right temperature to drink warm.
Oh,
and it
yeah.
was like, oh. They're like, oh no, you want ice in that.
Yeah, you're gonna want to drink ice on that. Well, that's very true. Let's see. We were talking about the channel helping and us learning, and we were talking about.
We're kind of all over the place.
We are, and there's good reason for that, because of all the things that we've done.
But we're excited. I mean, we're excited about this opportunity. We're excited about the change. I am kind of bummed that I had this rocking garden this year, and I'm like,
so sorry.
Dang it!
It's like every time you get a good garden going, I up and move us or something. Well, that's okay.
It's okay. We'll start over again, and we'll try it again, and we'll figure it all out.
Well, and even if, as we've told many people who started gardens, we're going to need to take our own advice. When we get out there, we're gonna have to start small.
Yeah, and I'm
see
gonna
what
have to.
works.
I do things that have a short growing season, or things that can handle cold a little better. But
Excuse me.
excuse you. But so we'll just see. We'll just see, and whatever it does. Though we were told that deer eat everything out there.
Yes, and we saw them.
Well, and they're like polite deer too, because like this one deer was in the neighborhood and it waited at the corner at the crosswalk. And then it just walked right in front of us. Now, it did use the crosswalk, but it walked right in front of us.
It did use the crosswalk. Very polite
But he was
deer.
doing slowly, like
And
he was
it was
watching
not
us.
small.
No.
It was not a small deer.
Yeah.
You're right. The new owners will appreciate our garden. It's let's see, I-80 was closed a lot last winter. The worst areas from Rawlins to Cheyenne. Also the Sisters between Evanston and Fort Bridge. We have heard of the Sisters.
We have heard of the Sisters.
We have heard of the Sisters. My first swim in a lake was like bathwater.
Oh, that's that in Texas, yeah.
I bet it was.
I bet it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So the garden is going to be a bonus, I think, for anybody that buys this place. I think they're going to be
I
like,
hope so.
hey.
I hope they see that instead of going like, what do I do with all
And
this?
the tomatoes that keep coming back every year.
Yep.
Hey, we have no idea
That
how many
compost
tomatoes.
pile, I tell you what, I
Oh,
mean,
man.
it is. I'll have to take a picture of it and put it like on our Instagram and just show people like we didn't plant any of this.
That's right.
This was all from our compost pile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm entranced. Can I see
Yeah.
that for a second, son? Can I see what that is?
Well, he whittled.
He was in the background whittling some stuff.
He whittled the carrot.
What is it though?
It's got a hole in it.
It looks like a drill bit or a whistle.
I'm not done with it yet.
What are you making?
What are you making? Just out of curiosity, what are you
Figure it out.
whittling?
I will figure it out.
Well, the viewers want to know. They won't be here for the end.
No, I'm almost done.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It looks like a whistle to me. I don't know.
If he makes a carrot whistle, I will crack up. That'll be funny.
Deer come in our yard nightly. Lots of deer. Sometimes elk and occasionally moose. You'll want to protect your garden. We've heard that too. That if you want to have a garden, you got to have it in the backyard.
We've also heard that there's the random mountain lion every once in a while.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. That or snakes. I hate snakes.
I don't like snakes.
That's the only part of it. I think we're going to have to take a class and learn some gun safety and have
But here's the thing, like, I don't like snakes here. There was a lady here in Dayton who reached up to grab her laundry detergent in her basement and was bit by a copperhead. And I'm like,
Yep.
It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't
It's
matter if
gonna
I'm
be-
in
they're gonna be
Wyoming or
snake-
Maryland
yeah.
or Ohio.
There's gonna be
I don't
snakes.
like snakes.
Snakes are uninvited. Luckily, we have Walter.
I don't know how Walter would do against like.
I
something
think he'd do great.
That's venomous.
Better the snake bite Walter than you or me.
Oh, that's awful. Don't say that.
I know, but if he gets the snake,
Yeah, but that's just, I don't know.
I love my cat. I don't want anything bad to happen to my cat. But if it's between Walter and me and the snake's coming after us,
No, how about we just grab Walter, run, and close the door?
no, we gotta kill the snake.
No, we call animal people to come get the snake.
I don't know. I guess you got a point.
We don't sacrifice our animals. That's just
No, I think he'll.
You're gonna get people mad. At us.
I
Don't
know.
do
I better not say that. But he is very. All I'm saying is he's a very brave cat.
Yeah.
And he would take that snake.
Now
on.
he'll kill
He
he'll
would
kill a
take
rat
that
snake like
Yes, he
he
would.
did. I mean, it wasn't a big one. It wasn't like maybe about this big, but he did get
Yes,
one of
where I
those.
live, we only have water snakes, but there are rattlesnakes in other areas.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's just something to be aware of. Just like there's dangerous animals in anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm just, I can't tell you how excited we are, and we appreciate your guys' patience on us. We know that we've been silent for a while, and that can get frustrating when you're following a channel and you want to know what's going on. Well, we felt like we had to put first things first, and the ministry that I'm about to go into, and the ministry that I've been doing has been without social media, and so
Get a pet mongoose.
Wait a
A
minute.
mongoose is legal? Aren't those considered
know.
like a exotic?
Oh, what's the
animal?
other thing out there? What's the thing that digs holes?
Oh, the prairie dogs.
Prairie dogs.
They were telling us you had
We
to
saw
be-
those all over the
Oh
place.
yeah, they were telling us that you had to be careful because like your animals can break their ankles because they can step in a prairie dog
It's
hole.
still pretty cool. There's a little. I know they're probably an annoyance out there, but It's like, you know, I
Like
see a
gophers
gopher
here.
from time to time,
Yeah.
or a beaver or whatever. It's still fascinating. Let the great adventure begin. Amen.
Yep.
The Lord's help and safety.
Thank you.
We've seen mountain lion. We've seen mountain lion, but not often. You don't need to be afraid. We won't be. We're just being. We're just trying to be wise in our
Yeah.
caution, so that
It's just everything is going to be new for us. So
Yeah.
we're going to be like, I'm going to be calling people like, there's this weird animal in my yard. What is it? Oh, yeah, it's prairie dog, Heather. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, also, I think it'll
City
be.
Midwesterner.
I think it'll be interesting looking back at this video later, because when we were out there meeting people in Wyoming, they were kind of going, Ohio. No, not familiar. So it's like there's not a lot of people from Wyoming that know,
What's interesting is we know quite a few people from Ohio who,
Well, two for sure.
yeah,
Two for sure.
that have been to this place in Wyoming or have, been
Well,
close to it.
okay,
or
now
something
that
like
you mention it,
Three,
yes.
there's 3 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been a handful of people that I work with that are like, awesome, you're gonna love it out there.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple of people that have said we have friends that live out there and places that I won't mention, but prairie dogs are everywhere. I need you to private message me where you're moving to. Everything you describe is where I live. All right. Well, we'll have a little convo off to the side, but I guess the biggest thing that we would like, we don't want to ask for a bunch of stuff. We're not coming on here to do that. We just would, if you are praying, folks, we'd love for you to pray for us, because this is going to be a big season for our kids. This is going to be a big season for Heather and I, and it's going to be a giant transition. And this community has been so incredibly supportive of us. The channels that are out there that have supported us and encouraged us, the people that have been out there, you guys that join us for these live streams. And so if you guys would consider praying for us, we're actually going to ask you not to mail us anything at all.
Yeah, we're getting ready to shut down our post office stuff.
and some of and that we won't see it. So when we get reestablished where we're going, we might put it out there. But for now, I'm just saying, for now, just pray for us as we go through, and we go through this journey, because it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot of work too. Think about this.
That's Rosalie. That's Rosalie.
Okay.
She changed her name, so I had to remember who it was.
Okay,
So I'm like, wait,
awesome.
I know who that is. So,
Well, maybe
hi,
she changed her name and she doesn't want you saying it.
I think. Oh, okay, sorry. Oops.
Okay, so the journey, we've kind of mapped it out. It is roughly 1,500 miles. 1,500
Did you make a
miles.
carrot whistle?
1,500 miles. It's going to take us almost 3 days to journey out there.
Yeah.
22 hours of driving to get out there. Bernice, we are not going to tell you when we're going to move, because we want to keep that private, because it's the interweb and we need to be internet safety. And so no problem, you can say I don't care. Thank you very much, Dagmar King. We appreciate you praying for us. And we are, if you're just joining us, we are moving to Wyoming in just a little while. And so we are just kind of announcing that now, so that you guys can be praying for us, and you can understand why we're giving you updates and why we haven't been doing our show. It's because you get to the end of the day and it's like
cooking videos and stuff like that, because there's been a lot of
everything's going into a box.
Downsizing, a lot of packing, a lot of
a lot
do we
of
need this? Do
downsizing.
we not need this? So
yeah. And it's so exciting. It's so exhilarating, but it's also a cold, hard reality that you don't need all the stuff. You just don't need all the stuff. I mean, I have for a long time been a fan of Less Junk, More Journey, and they are folks that have made a life and have documented a life of living in an RV. And their whole thing is, you don't need that much stuff. You just need your family, and you need a few things. So check into the Garden Tower Project on Facebook. I have one, and we'll put in. I will put inside this winter. It holds about 50 plants.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we'll check into that.
All right, Pamela Gray, thanks for the advice. That's good. Well, we're willing to take questions and shout outs. So if you have a channel that you love to watch and you have a question that you would love to ask, now's the time to do it. When I say go, please type in your favorite channel or a question that you have for Heather and I that's not around the specifics of us moving. Max, can I get you to
Kelly
give me
says she
ice
declutters
and-
for a
and
living.
hot,
She only
please?
keeps what she uses. I like you.
Say that again. What? I missed that
Says
part.
Allie says that she declutters, organizes for a living. Only keep what you use.
That's right.
Yeah.
And Heather's teaching me slowly as I
Yeah.
learn.
Because
That's
sometimes
good.
I actually throw out things that we
That's good.
use
That's good.
just because it's in my way. So, and Kevin fusses at me about it. So
It's okay.
sorry.
Margaret says, I'm adding you to my prayer list, but I feel God is sending you where he needs you. All will be well.
thank
Absolutely.
you.
We agree with that. So when I say go, you do a channel shout out or ask us a question. Hopefully you're thinking of a channel that you love and one that maybe we haven't even heard of, but shout out the one. It doesn't matter what you shout out. Shout out anyone. And then also do a question. So on your mark, get set, go. All right, there you go. So we'll see what comes up as we have said go. They'll do some channel shout outs of our own while you guys bring up some questions. Heather's going to preview a few of them. Our
Okay.
channel shout outs are always Big Family Homestead. Recipe Archaeology has been cracking me up lately.
Oh yeah.
And who am I'm forgetting a bunch of them, but
Well,
Tara's channel.
But
Living on
Patrick
Dime.
and Crystal Aikenson.
Yes, PNC Ackerson.
Yeah, and
Yep.
then oh shoot, I have to look it up because I want to get the
Viking
name right.
Preparedness.
50
But,
ducks in a hot tub.
Mindy Hoffman has her own YouTube channel now, and
What?
it's Mindy's Money something. Let me look it up real quick.
Okay.
I want to make sure
You
I get
wanna
it
check
right.
out
So
Hoffman Hoffman Farms or whatever. I'll read some of these. Heather, let's see. Where does Heather get those pretty shirts?
Okay.
She always looks so pretty.
this shirt was actually given to me by my aunt, who she didn't like it, so she gave it to me.
Ali says, if you get rid of stuff you might need someday, it's okay. God will provide. And
Yeah.
that's kind of been our approach on the whole thing.
Okay.
S Minor 82 says 50 ducks in a hot tub, which I've never heard of, but sounds like a lot of fun. Tina says, Heather, how do you start with downsizing? I've lived in the same house now for 20 years. I need to get rid of a few things.
Well, for me, it's like I start with, if I haven't, except for like winter clothes, if I haven't seen it or used it in 6 months, I get rid of it. And then I go, well, have I seen it or used it in 3 months? You know, if it's a seasonal thing, and then I get rid of it. Because like in the end, like you're just going to wind up, you know, having just a lot of stuff. And
That's right.
and for me, it's the stuff is not like, the stuff is not what's important. It's the experience that I have with my family. So I'm not necessarily attached to, I don't have, Kevin sometimes tells me I'm not very sentimental, but I do have certain things that I am sentimental about.
There are some
So,
certain things.
yeah.
Let's see. Viking Preparedness.
Okay, hold on. I got it. It's Mindy's Money and More. That
Mindy's
is
Money and More.
Yeah, Mindy's Money and More. That's Mindy Hoffman's from Hoffman Family
Mindy's-
Homestead.
Let me read it.
Mindy's Money and More.
Mindy's Money and More.
So that is her YouTube channel.
Well, we're going to
So,
find the link and put it
yeah.
in here.
And-
why don't you keep reading some of the
Yeah,
questions
she-
under Viking
Hold on.
Preparedness
I got
is
it.
where I
okay,
left off.
Okay, hold on. So, let's see. Wait, hold on. Bobblehead Homestead says, I hope you love it. My heart lies here. I pray for all good things for you and your family. We'll be praying for you. Thank you, Love and Life. Yeah, Living on a Dime, we love them. My biggest problem is paper clutter. How do you manage it? How do you know how long to keep it? Well, for me, like, especially with the homeschool stuff, like, I'll keep it like 2 years. Like, we just got rid of some stuff from like our first year homeschooling. which was in Maryland. I didn't keep that because I've already got the documentation that all of this stuff is. What I keep is like their portfolio reviews and stuff like that. Other things, like we do a lot of stuff where we have kind of gone paperless. We do, you know, a lot of things like paying bills online. And I know some people don't do that, but just for us so that we don't have the mass amount of paper, we do that. We have a file cabinet where we keep our like taxes and stuff like that. But, you know, as far as like magazines go and newspapers and stuff, like I just don't keep those around. Like
Right.
I'll look at them and then I'll get rid of them. And that's one thing that I don't really like subscribe to. Like if I get a magazine, it's because somebody's given it to me for a gift. But me, myself, like I don't do that because I can get most of that information online. Now there are certain things like certain books, stuff like that, that I will keep. I will keep because
Yes.
I don't, you know, I like my homesteading books, some of my homeschooling books, things like
Your
that. I don't want to get
cookbooks.
rid of them. My cookbooks, though I did purge my cookbooks.
Yeah.
If you can see here, this shelf is completely empty. I think I'm bringing maybe 6 to 8 cookbooks with me.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I looked at them like, okay, which are the ones that I use the most? And like my my America's Test Kitchen cookbook, I use a lot. My Living on a Dime cookbook, I use a lot. There were
Hi, Alicia. Hi, Tim.
there were a couple of other ones that I used a lot, but there were some there, and then there were some of Katie's cookbooks that we kept. Those are the kind of things where I have to look at, and like if I haven't cracked this cookbook,
Mm-hmm.
and like some of them had been like a year I hadn't opened them, and I'm like, I don't really use them.
Yep.
And though I like having them, like what are the ones that I absolutely love the most?
Yes.
So yes, Townsend loved them.
Yes. Yes.
Love him.
We are downsizing so much because we are preparing to move to Wyoming.
Yeah.
And it is a long journey, and we are only taking one U-Haul. We're going to tow my car, and Heather
drive
will
the van.
drive the minivan.
Yeah.
And
So Alicia, that message that you sent me yesterday, we were in the middle of packing. So
Yep.
this is the answer to that
Did I-
message that you sent me yesterday. So we've just been like crazy busy. So we have,
Yes.
what is it? Holler Homestead, Prep Sitter Bob, Stivers Homestead.
love Prep Center
Yeah.
Bob.
Yep. And let's see, Linda's Pantry. Like I said, Townsend, love him. Like his 18th century cooking videos, I love watching
Yes.
those. Those are so much fun.
Very smart
So,
dude.
Did you put Mindy's?
Yes,
Put
I
up
did.
there. Okay, so
By the way, she only has 20 subscribers right now. Wouldn't it be a total trip if you went over there and just pummeled her with subscriptions? Just go over to her channel, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. See what Mindy's talking about. You'll love her. She's got a
is
great family.
incredibly. Her
We had
and
a
Jonathan
clear-
are so sweet.
Oh yeah, we had a privilege of hanging out with them. Lumina Acres. Yep, that's
Yeah,
it.
they actually came into the Creation Museum and
Yes.
the ARC exhibit and asked if
Mindy and her family.
Mindy and
Yeah,
her family, Mindy
not
and
Lumina
Jonathan,
Acres.
and asked if they could meet with us. And they are just some of the most incredibly sweet, down to earth people you will ever want to meet. So,
That's
and
right.
you know, and this is something brand new for her, and she's just kind of stepping out of her box.
Yep.
And you know, her comfort zone and trying something new. So I want to encourage her in doing that. You're doing a great job.
That's right. That's awesome. It's a big step to do that too,
Yeah.
you know? It's a big step. So go over there, subscribe to their channel, and subscribe to her channel,
Yeah.
and just be a total blessing to her and see what she's got cooking. Someone did that for us, and
Yeah.
so we will always be out there looking for channels to support.
Yeah.
My daughter's channel is Glory Grace Farm.
Ooh.
Ooh, check that
I'll
out.
have to
Check out
subscribe
Glory
to that.
Grace Farm. Hi, Mom. How are you? Good to see you. Does that mean you're going to move to a bigger homestead? Actually, no. The area that we're going to live in is going to be surrounded by miles and miles and miles of desert, and it's going to be incredible. And we are just so excited. Will you be closer to Brad and Krista? No, we
No,
will not.
we will
We'll
be
actually
further.
be much further away
Yeah.
from Brad and Krista. So we're sad about that, but
So
we've
here
had
is
their
Wisconsin,
blessing.
and here's Wyoming.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
Ohio is kind of here. So
It's
we're
been really
actually-
cool to get their blessing and to talk to them on
because
the phone. And
there are certain people that have known about this kind of from the very beginning. And Krista is a very dear friend of mine. She's constantly been praying for me, and for Kevin and for our family. And Crystal over at PNC Atkinson.
Yes.
She was another one where I'm like, I need for you guys to quietly pray for this for us. My mom is another one. So we've had people out there who have known about this from the beginning, the ones that are closest to me and dearest to my heart. And that I just, because when you are on a platform like this, you just kind of don't want to put everything out there. And it's not that we don't love and care about you guys, but
there's a safety issue.
There are certain bonds that I've made with certain people.
Yeah.
So
well, and it is such a weird thing. Social media. It is such a weird thing.
Yeah.
We can't even begin to explain it. But there is a great, with everything. There's a great opportunity. There's a great opportunity to show great love to people.
Yes,
and so,
Alicia, that's what our recent trip was about. We went out, he candidated. When you interview at a church, it's called candidating. And so we went out there, we met the church, we met the congregation, Kevin preached a message, he led a Sunday school class, and just kind of got to know people and stuff like that, and to see if we were a fit, because if we weren't, it wouldn't have been any skin off our nose. But because you want, as a church, you want the right person in the right place. You don't just want a warm body to put in there. You want somebody who really has a calling for what they're doing.
Jen Chaplin is an awesome channel.
Okay.
And that looks awesome too.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So that's just kind of what's been going on.
That's what's been going on. So we just continue to invite you guys to check out our social media channels. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, and we're here on YouTube. And we'll be updating some of our journey as we go. And we're going to sign off now because we've been on for an hour. So if you have any questions,
because we were only going to come on here for a little short bit of time.
If you have any questions, by all means, feel free to send them to us. You can email us at info.goinbatty@gmail.com.
We've got
someone behind the scenes is making faces right now, trying to get it.
He's moonwalking.
Yeah, he's doing something.
He's moonwalking.
And it is blah blah. I lost my train of thought. info.goinbatty@gmail.com. Feel free to email us there, and we can have some more private connection if you need to. Just thank God for Instagram. Saw your post there. Awesome. Can you list all of your social media channels in the description box? I didn't know that you had them all. Well, you can just go to those and just type in Goin Batty, and we'll come right up. So if you have
Facebook and
Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, just type in Goin Batty and you'll see our logo.
I don't do Twitter. I didn't even know we had a Twitter account.
I do Twitter because I like it.
Yeah. Well, and usually the Instagram is like, it's me, because it's usually I'll take pictures of the next recipe that I'm doing. So hey, dark.
If you visit our website, www.goinbatty.com, you will see all of our social media, including the blogs that Heather and I write. We don't write many, but we do a few. And recipes, lots of recipes. So we invite you guys to check that out. We are asking that you guys respect some of the privacy, and we're not going to share private information and stuff. We do not want you to mail us anything right now. Our P.O. box is going to be shut down, and we're going to not share until we get it reestablished. We'll let you know what. We'll let you know.
We'll let you know what all is going on. So we don't have answers to like some of those questions yet.
Yeah. Are you going to be able to do more live streams from now on? We covered that earlier in the video, so if you got time, go back and watch the beginning of this video, and it'll show you.
So pretty much while in the moving period, no, probably not. Once we get established,
as God allows,
we'll try. Because he is in a new job and everything. So once we get established, then we'll. But once we're established, I'm going to try to put out more of my cooking videos, so that way. Because like I said, it's a little harder here when trying to slim down on things and not buy more stuff, because you don't have to throw it away. So,
That's right.
because I had to do something today where it was like, I had to, this is where I do hoard a little bit when it comes to food.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I had a freezer that I had to get rid of some stuff. And I had
That
to
was
get
not
rid of
easy.
some of the food. And I'm like, so, things like the chicken carcasses that I had that I was going to make bone broth with. And I'm like, I just don't have the time for that right now. Like my vegetable scraps that I was going to use in my chicken. I don't have time for that right now. So, yeah.
It's something that you just have to kind of have to say pause and we'll do what we can.
Yeah.
If you do feel so led to support our channel though, there's always the outlets where you can do that. You can do a what's that thing called? I always forget what that's called. The little dollar sign
Super
down there.
chat?
Super chat if you want to do that.
Yeah, but we don't.
I get messages from time to time. We don't need that from you. We're happy with, but if you want to, it's there for you. So that's not.
But we're not like that's not our. We don't do
Yeah.
YouTube. This is not our money maker. We
No.
do it for the community, and we do it to make fun.
That's right.
Not make fun.
Not to have fun.
No, not like yeah.
Well, sometimes we make fun. It depends on how stupid people are, because there are some things
Usually
going on
the
out there.
stupid people are sitting right here.
Yeah. So we both have our thing. But again, there are people out there that want to stay connected to us and want to support the ministry that we do. And part of this is ministry, so feel free. I think that's it. Let me pray.
That's all we got.
If you know anything about our channel, we close in prayer, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So if you would, please join us. We'd love for you to pray with us. So let me pray for us. Father God, I thank you so much for the privilege it is to be on YouTube and be able to share community and have fun with these amazing people. Lord, we pray for each and every person on this live stream that you'd be doing amazing things in their life and that you would just bless them. Father, thank you for the privilege it is to be in the position that we're in here in this incredible United States of America with the freedoms that we have, and we thank you for the men and women that defend those freedoms. Lord, we thank you so much for your blessing on our lives every day. It's in your Son's precious name. Amen.
Amen.
All right, guys, don't forget, feel free to email us at info.goinbatty@gmail.com. And that's what we'll do. In IT, we always say the issue is between the chair and the keyboard. Oh, and we've seen that issue. Oh, yeah. Well, thanks, guys. Have a great night. And as always,
More updates as we go. And I'll make sure I'll take pictures of my garden. I'm going to put it on our Instagram so you guys can actually see the process of what's going on there.
It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.